Caspar Tauber, A.D. 1524. In this year also Caspar Tauber, a tradesman and citizen of Vienna in Austria, was apprehended for the Christian faith, and as he faithfully and steadfastly continued to confess Christ without apostatizing, he was condemned and burned. Of a certain decree which those of Zuerich published against the Anabaptists, A.D. 1525. At this time, not only the Papists, but also the Zwinglians, or so-called Reformed in the city of Zuerich, laid their hands on the innocent and defenseless flock of Christ, yet not, as far as we can learn, punishing them with death or depriving them of life by the executioner, but confining them under severe imprisonment until ultimately, as may be inferred, death followed. However, in order to determine from this time on what course was to be pursued in this manner, the magistrate of said city ordained, among other things, the following: Therefore we ordain and will that henceforth all men, women, youth, and maidens forsake Anabaptism and practice it no longer from this time on, and that they have their infants baptized, and whosoever shall act contrary to this public edict shall, as often as it occurs, be fined 1 mark silver, and if any should prove utterly disobedient and obstinate, that they should be dealt with more severely. For we shall protect the obedient and punish the disobedient according to his deserts, without bearing with him any longer. Let everyone act accordingly. All this we confirm by this public document, sealed with the seal of our city, and given on St. Andrew's Day, A.D. 1525. The Zwinglian Church at Zuerich, where this decree was made, was also at this time only about 5 years old, and was also subjected to the hatred and persecution of the Papists. Certainly a lamentable matter, that those who had but a short time before purified themselves in many respects from the leaven of popery, and were opposed to tyranny of the Pope, should nevertheless continue in this respect united with the Papists, that is, in persecuting others who did not have the same faith with them. Still, it would have been well if they had stopped with this decree, since the 1 mark of silver one could have atoned for the first offense in neglecting to baptize a child. But this was not the end of it, as a few years later, especially in A.D. 1530, when they became a little bolder, they decreed that the so-called Anabaptists should be punished with death, which we shall show in its proper place.